Peace family. So I'm back with another one. Today what I wanted to do is I wanted to talk to my chosen ones about how you attract everything. You don't just attract the vibrations that you are currently in. You attract everything. We are the physical representations of this sun, Willie beaming this light, bringing people to life, plants, animals, things, all kind of substances, anything that you can possibly fathom up here. We have that golden touch to bring that to life. And a lot of us have walked a life where we can look back into our past, reflect, and come up with numerous of examples of a plant getting ready to die, you brought it back to life. Some people getting ready to crash out, you stopped them from crashing out, you know what I'm saying? Just a lot of things in these spaces, right? But I know it's like a prevalent statement, especially with like the way this new dating world is. And I don't even think we should be dating. Like, you got, if you engage with people, engage with them. But this whole dating thing in Western society is overboard. You know what I mean? And a lot of them like to say, like, you attract what you are. You know, put in the work to become this being and to do this and to do that. And it's like, a lot of us that's been operating in this space for a while now, we understand that you are attracting a lot based off of proximity, and you are that curious, unknown piece in or around people's physical realm. You know what I'm saying? So like what I mean by unknown, it's like you walk into a store and you could be dressed all the way down, you know what I'm saying? Like male or female, but then you still happen to draw the attention of the beings in the store. They don't have to come out and start talking to you, but you see the heads turning, you see eyes looking, you know, you see a couple people who are a little bit more braver, they go out their way to get a little bit closer to you. Then you got the ones who's braver than those ones who tend to speak to you first and tell you that they can feel your light energy radiating or vibrating. Then you got someone who don't tell you and they just keep it in their inner space. You know what I mean? But this you attract what you are. I mean, how many of us have to like put ourselves in silly situations to understand that's not the case? Like, I'll give two simple examples, right? Let's say we got 10, 20 people in the room. Don't matter if they on the good team, with your team, you know what I mean? And let's say it's no food in there. It's just this lettuce ball. You know, that's that piece of healthy lettuce there. Now, would we say that lettuce just only attracted certain people? Or would everybody just be kind of drawn to it because it stands out and because everyone would need it? Even if you don't like it, if there's no other food around, you're not going to say, oh, this lettuce just attracted everybody. No, because a lot of people could go around lettuce and not be bothered by it. You know, they'll vision lettuce as grass or leaves, so it doesn't seem like something of substance or nutrients in there. Then you have people without the lettuce situation, right? So let's say you walked into, I already did the store one, but we're talking about attracting everything. So let's say you went to a gym, man or female, I don't give a damn which one it is. I'm a man, so I'll speak from a male's perspective. Say I went to the gym, right? One, because I want to get in shape, and two, because I was watching videos and content, and they saying, hey, you got to get to these certain places, locations to kind of meet these people and, you know, to do the things you like and blah, 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 blah. So I'm like, all right, let's say I'm not that in shape. I want to get to the gym. I want to get myself in shape. Then I want to meet someone in shape. Do you not know that most people that are in these gyms, public gyms, it is more friction trying to communicate with somebody in one of those spaces than it would be just out on the street? It's so many biases that's placed into that space. So how can they say that, oh, You attract what you are, or you attract by being in these certain locations and places. I've seen a rack of men go to gyms on a lot of occasions because, one, they just want to get fit and work out, and for two, they want to meet somebody that's fit. But in order for them to meet somebody that's fit, usually these females over here is on to point A, point B. They either just left work, about to go to work, they had a busy day with little ones, or maybe they don't have no little ones, they were just busy. That scenery and setting isn't always set up to be saying you are attracting what you are. Just because I work out, I hit the trails. I walk the trails all the time. I say I would like to be engaged with people in, you know, same sex, opposite sex, male friends, you know, and spouses. I would like to be engaged with them on this natural vibe. Just because I go out to these natural vibey environments doesn't mean that I'm going to automatically attract people that's going to be like, yeah, you're in this space, I'm in this space, let's just vibe out. We are too far gone into this spiritual war for things to be that simple. Life can be simple, but things of that nature will never be that simple until we get back to being naturally organic beings. Meaning flowing in our natural state, following natural law. Man law second. Natural law first, man law second. Not man law first, then natural law second. That's gonna have you all fucked up in the process. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? People like to read books and then they go down to like Barnes and Noble or somebody. They are not attracting other book readers. You know what I mean? Like, so understanding, like, we are in the middle of a battlefield, in a war. So I would never look at, let's just take the weird movie like Troy or 300 Spartans. They only show, you know, like a lot of white culture history or the images that they want to portray their culture used to be in. You know, we don't really know for sure, but we could kind of tell by the way things are set up. This may be a little biased, you know, but just based off of my analysis, white people don't run around like how they do on Troy and 300 Spartans. Out of most of the white males that I ran into in my lifetime, they don't walk around with their chest out. They walk around as a regular being. You know what I mean? It's not over-exaggerated, exuded to the top. You know what I'm saying? And I'm only saying this because I'm not one of them stupid, retarded people who be like, oh, no, I don't see color. That means I won't see these trees. I won't see this grass. I won't see this water. Now, I'm not retarded like that. I know a black cat is the same thing as a white cat. It's just, the outside is a little bit different, and you come with a little bit different attributes that come stock with the vessel. You know what I mean? So when we look at this attracting what you are in this weird witchy society where they're trying to teach us, oh yeah, you gotta be spiritual. I don't give a damn if somebody says spiritual or not. I use that word because that word is what's being used right now. And in order for me to shift it, that means I have to dive in, figure something else out in the process so that way I could come up with a new word or terminology or borrow another word or terminology for that space. But really what it all is saying is you are that being within. Most people around the world understand that they are that being within. They aren't this vessel. It's just we so retarded over here and so 3D brainwashed to this physical realm that people feel like if they aren't engaging with this physical realm, they feel like they aren't doing anything. But if that was the case, then how come we all been in situations to where you could sit around somebody for the time you wake up to the time you go to bed, right? And you could still feel drained and haven't done one physical activity. That's because we're always traveling, we're always moving, we're always active. That takes energy to move around in the spiritual realm. The same way it takes energy for you to get your ass up out the bed. All of that takes energy. But because it's nobody saying or showing any differently, we just automatically assume, okay, these are just thoughts, you know, and then when they come out, then they're manifested. But you have to understand how much energy and focus you're applying in the inside to that process. You know what I mean? So when people get into this place of saying you attract what you are, I would say that's probably like 20% in today's society. You know what I mean? Like, I cannot say that since I've been in this space over the past few years that I've attracted more light beings. You know what I'm saying? Like, more than the average. I'd say it's been fluctuating. Yes, I have ran into more light beings because when you have a light post that shines all the way across from, I'm in Virginia. If I had a light post I stood up right now and everybody could see it from California and they knew the symbology behind it, it would be light beings coming out the woodworks. Everybody wouldn't come, but of course that's going to attract more. But what I'm saying is, if I'm in a room full of roaches and a bunch of roaches start running to me, I didn't just attract them. It's something about me that they wanted to engage in, to do, to see, to smell, to taste. It was something, because we are the only ones in that space. If this was a more natural setting, then we could look at things as being like, okay, you attracted what you are. You attracted this. 10 times out of 10, you're not attracting it. You're focusing your energy on a certain point or goal, and you're making it happen. You're focusing your energy on a certain point, and you're making it happen. Anything that I ever wanted to do, accomplish, people I wanted to be around, I've always had to focus my energy. Always. Focusing my energy was mandatory, and if I didn't know how to focus my energy, then that would be something that I would not be able to put my energy in wholeheartedly. That just wouldn't be something that would be done. So understanding these things is like, there's a lot of witchy witches that's in these spaces that want to transition us into becoming more lost and more confused. It's a car that just pulled up, literally making noise, turned his music up extra loud. I'm the only one in these spaces right here. So like I said, I'm not gonna sit here and say I attracted that. That motherfucker could have been coming down here to do its own thing already. But what I do know is, this shit right here is off limits until I'm finished. You know, that's just called a thing of respect. And most of these demons don't have it. So you have to enforce and imply the respect. You know what I mean? So, small example. This is kind of like a boating ramp, but nobody was back here. So I chose to take it up because nobody's back here. You know, if people was back here, it'd be a little bit different. It'd be disrespectful since nobody back here and I don't need 2-3 hours to film. I wanted to block this. That way nobody would be trying to drive past my space while I'm filming, because I'm not going to be here all day, you know. But if I didn't know any better, I would look at this right here and I'd be like, oh man, I could have attracted that energy because I'm over here talking about this and we doing that. So now here come the distractions and frustrations and demons. It's demons everywhere. There are demons and witches everywhere. Even the ones who don't feel as though they are demons, they are demonic. A lot of people don't want to admit it because they know the negative connotation that comes with it. So somebody will spit in your food, stab you in your back, call CPS on you, make up lies, all kind of shit, and then they'll feel justified. Would you say you attracted that energy? No. That don't have anything to do with somebody attacking you. If you was just sitting over here and minding your own business, and because I needed some money and I was doing something and I came over and robbed you, would you say you attracted that? No, I was just looking for the first suspect. I was looking for the first suspect. So we have to get to a better space of understanding. Like, you're not always attracting what you are. Some things you have to go around, you have to be in to experience, to learn. Now, if you don't put yourself in certain places and spaces and locations and around certain beings to learn, because we learn the most about ourselves around other people and being in those witchy ass spaces, you know what I mean? Then you understand that, okay, this ain't just what I attract. I know right now we're in a space to where a lot of people are having fucked up relationships. Women are having fucked up relationships with men. Men are having fucked up relationships with women. You know what I mean? So with all of this going on, we should understand, all right, we got to get back to a starting point. All right, starting point. Okay, if I'm a man, I should look at the starting point as a man. If I'm a female, I should figure out what the fuck is the starting point for a female. You know what I mean? Like, To me, it's crazy. I wouldn't tell my daughter the life that she lives now that, oh, it would be much better if you go out and work and start slaving and working jobs so you could say that you don't need nobody. We all need each other. So that's gay as hell. Been going back and forth about that word. That's why I did that, just to be funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's retarded. So for me, it's like, as a child, if I could live this life and transition it over, because men and women are built differently. Men, we already understand we got to grow, grind, build substance. Females, y'all just have to build substance, grow substance, but you have to maintain a certain status within yourself, meaning your principles, morals, and values, how you carry yourself, what you wearing, what you doing. All of this is a sign. You know what I mean? Like, I know we all done went through shit, and we are what we are. But there's no honor in being a stepdad. So with there being no honor in being a stepdad, if you out here looking for a person, you have to be willing to remove whatever weird things you had in place that would hinder you from allowing somebody else who does have a big heart, a good spirit, to do these certain things for you. You know what I mean? So with that going on, it's like we're designed different. You know what I mean? Like, I know I could cook and clean and do all these things, and I know this person can too. But it don't make sense for two people to be doing the same thing. That's why the natural law has it to where the man goes out and provides and protects by any means necessary, and the female take care of the household. That requires work. If anybody that's doing this shit by themselves, you realize it requires work to bust your ass out here slaving and then go home and have to do household duties and chores and clean and do all this shit. Because what you don't get done one day, it's not gonna be done the next day either. So if you fall into a slump to where you feeling lackadaisical for 2-3 days, maybe a week, you fuck around and have a whole kitchen full of dishes. You got a whole basket full of laundry. You know what I mean? You got all these other things that you wanted to do, but it's so unorganized. I don't know why people don't put enough respect on all the small details that play a big factor into us all working and striving together. Like, I've never cooked in the kitchen with a female and then both of us was like, I don't know, let's say we was both making potatoes. Like, that's retarded. If you gonna make the potatoes, then what I'll do is I'll make the other side dish or something like that. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't be operating in the same thing because it's time consuming. You know what I mean? When we can make this thing flow a little bit smoother. But we do not always attract what we are. A lot of the shit that we attract, we're focusing our energy there. When I attracted negative shit or people that was unhealthy, it's because I was only looking for certain qualities and attributes and I ignored all the other witchy ones that came with it. So when I got what I was looking for, I wasn't as detailed as I should have been because now I didn't attract this. I pulled this to me, but I didn't process all the other shit that would come with it if I wasn't more accurate as far as what I want to pull this way. I didn't attract y'all to me. I started pulling y'all to me. Everybody that's tapped in, I started pulling y'all because y'all wouldn't have known me if I didn't start putting myself out there. I started putting myself out there because I wanted to start pulling people. We are doing this ourselves. You're doing this yourself. You know what I mean? I was reaching. I needed some more love. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us ain't been getting no love from the ones around us. We get it from the Creator. But we already know it feels better once you start receiving it from the ones around you too. You know what I'm saying? Just make sure you're doing it the right way with the right substance and understanding that you have more control and more power over what you're bringing into your spiritual realm before it hits your physical realm. You have more control over what you're putting in your spiritual realm opposed from before it hits you in the physical realm. You know what I mean? I know that's kind of like far out there. It gets a little tricky trying to I have it in here, but it gets tricky trying to piece it all with the right English words and presentation. And y'all see I do these with one take. I'm not one of them beings that's gonna be sitting around, running around, editing like everything I say and do all that kind of shit. Nah, if I want to say I want to be as natural flowing as possible, that means y'all gonna hear me slip up, y'all gonna hear me fuck up. It's gonna be a little bit, all the distractions that y'all normally catch me having to engage and deal with, that's all learning process for me. Because anytime I experience those things, my stuff start doing this in here. Either I want to get frustrated, mad, I want to use my masculine energy, then I have to figure out another technique. Soothe it down, nigga. Focus on your breathing for a quick second so you can get your thoughts back realigned. You know what I mean? But I ain't want to run up too long. I appreciate all the love and support. I appreciate it. All my old subscribers that's been rocking with me for over a year now. And for all the new ones, man, y'all in for a ride. Y'all in for a ride. You know what I'm saying? But tap in everything down below. Peace and love to the kings and queens.